So 0-0 at Anfield, and the Anfield record stays strong. I think it was a great game, to be honest. The game was a good watch. It was frustrating, I think, for both sets of fans, with opportunities both ends that you feel really should have been converted. Really, the only criticism I have to make is Rashford wasn't really up to it. Martial had some great hold up on the left, made some good runs, dribbled through some players, and I think the Edinson Cavani substitution for Martial should have been for Rashford, because I think Martial was the more on-form forward for our team. Again, maybe bring on Mason earlier for him to make an impact. I've always said this about Ollie. He leaves substitutions too late to make, which is it's really ironic, because I watched those wide autocomplete interview things. Today I watched Ollie's one, and in one of the questions that he gets was, do you think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is the best super sub of all time? Or something like that. And Ollie goes, yeah, I think I was. And he starts talking about the amount of time that a substitute will get to make an impact. And he goes, if you're given 20 minutes, you have to run that 20 minutes like you've been given the full 90. And he said that 10 minutes in it, he said 20 minutes is enough to make an impact. 30 minutes is perfect. 10 minutes is not enough. And I feel like that's really ironic when, I think against City, he brought Mason on in the 87th minute, and I think he brought Mason on in the 87th minute again today. So, I don't know, I think he's left those changes too late, but I mean, as a person who doesn't really watch Liverpool games, and probably should, just to, it's entertaining football really from them, never got the hype behind Alisson, and I always showed a lot of prejudice towards him. Never thought he was that great, but watching the game today, I mean, De Gea made a few good saves, and we all know De Gea has been amazing for the last decade. Alisson really proved to me today that there was a 3 to 5 minute period towards the end of the match where we were just all over Liverpool, and he basically single-handedly turned into the man of the match at that moment. I can't remember when the chance was. I think it was in the first half when we're on the break and Rashford was just onside with Fabinho about on the halfway line, and he ran out on the ball. It was a lobbed pass. As he was running to get the ball, Alisson ran off his line to reach the ball before him. And people thought, it was offside. When they did the offside check, they didn't go too into it because it didn't end up amounting to anything anyway. Alisson got rid of the ball. But that decision-making to say, okay, we're in trouble now, I need to get to this ball so that Rashford doesn't get to it, and then I'm in a one-on-one situation, was very admirable of him. Pogba today was immense. I think the whole of our midfield, maybe Bruno was, I think he's not been as good as he was the last few games. He's not been playing as well as we're used to him playing, but he's still playing fantastic nonetheless. Pogba's been brilliant, and he probably had the most clean-cut opportunity of the match towards the end when he fired it and Alisson saved it. And he really is, it seems like he really is trying to depart Old Trafford with a legacy. He's really trying to build a legacy in his final season, his swan song per se. I think our fragilities this match was just our finishing in the final third. I think in the midfield we were fantastic, and defense and goalkeeping were fantastic as well. Both sides, both Liverpool and our side, we both struggled to just convert our chances. But you can't complain with a 0-0 result. You see some of the clean-cut opportunities that Liverpool had that every time I'm getting a heart attack when they're through on goal. There's definitely the biggest opportunity I remember them having was in the first half when who was through on goal? Can't remember who exactly was through on goal. But they took the shot and Robertson was gunning down the left wing into just heaps of amount of space, where if he squared it to Robertson, I want to say it probably would have been a goal, but we also saw in this game that Robertson got a couple of chances and just skied it. So, a good performance from Manchester United. You can't complain with a 0-0 draw against the champions. We face them next week in the Cup at Old Trafford, and if we can win there, I think drawing now and keeping our lead on them at the top of the table. Granted, City, I think now that we've drawn with them, I think City, if they win their games in hand, will be 1 point ahead of us at the top. But if we beat Liverpool at Old Trafford next week, I think that shows a lot of character from our team, from our squad. I think Bruno getting subbed off at the end, you can see the passion in him. I don't know exactly what the dispute was about because I mute the commentary when I'm watching because I'm listening to the kickoff play alongside the game. So I didn't hear any commentary on what was the dispute between Bruno and Gini Wijnaldum. But when Bruno got substituted off, he was annoyed to get subbed off, and that's a good thing. That passion's there. Other instances of passion was Pogba's shot when it got saved. The moment it got saved and went out for a corner kick, you saw Pogba just fall to the floor and smash his arms on the floor, or on the grass, on the field, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, that's about it. It's currently 5:30 in the morning, and I haven't slept, so I'm going to leave you guys here. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you thought I had anything of value to say, and I'll catch you guys next time.